They're just starting to develop now, and as you've seen then, starting to work on shape and trying to understand the game a little bit more. They come to us straight from school and they're a little bit raw, so we have to spend time getting them fit and just starting to learn the game now. But they're a good set of lads, and hopefully we can have a good season with them. Yeah, we've tried to. I mean, it's a competitive sort of area what we're in here with the amount of teams and clubs doing this, so it's quite saturated for bringing in lads, and we get them in and we hope we can improve them. And we've got some good first years this year, which is what you've seen, and I think their game understanding and management's a little bit better, so we've been able to fast forward and get into, like I said, shape and formation work, and a few of them are just understanding what I want from them, which is really good. But we tend to just do a lot of the basics in previous years, but some good first years, and hopefully they'll come through and play for the under 18s and the 21s and maybe even the first team one day. I think just the discipline of it. They come from school and they just, timekeeping. We've had to be, tough on them with timekeeping and listening. They're still quite giggly in a group and all that kind of school mentality, and just them understanding they're in a football academy really. And my standards are probably quite high for them, and it takes them a month or two to adapt to that. But as you've seen today, they've probably been better than usual because you're here filming, but they've done it really well and they are improving. And we work on the diet and the fitness and just the basics of football, but a lot of it is just tidying up their sort of behaviour and, like I said, discipline and other things. And once they start to realise they're here to work, we're starting to get somewhere. It's probably a bit of everything. I mean, in all honesty, the lads we get here are of a certain ability, and we're trying to make them the best we can be. I mean, me and Jack as well, we work, and Dave, we work really hard on making them better men. Sometimes they aren't going to be footballers, but we take a lot of pleasure in lads that have been on the course that don't get employment, go to uni, and just leave the course better people, but still playing football maybe on a Saturday somewhere. Ideally, they're playing Northwest counties or above, or coming into our first team, but ultimately, as long as they leave here better men and they've learned a bit and enjoyed it, that's the main thing. And we just work hard at doing that for them and trying to teach them some sort of life lessons. It's a great opportunity for him. Jacko always says it wasn't around when he was that age, which probably going back a long time. Jacko was a teenager, but it's a great opportunity for him. Yeah, they're getting well coached, well looked after. They've got a physio on site, and the goalies get one-to-one stuff with Jacko, so they've got every opportunity to do well for themselves. And like I said, it's a good group this year, and hopefully a few of them can come through and play non-league football, whether that's with us or someone else. Yeah, we had a tough start fixture-wise, and I don't think we were quite there. We tinkered with the formation a bit, but we're kind of crying out for number 9 all season, and I think we've been lucky enough to get Dackers in from Salford, and he's made a huge difference to the way we play. And I think most teams need a proper number 9 or a proper striker to lead the team a little bit, And since he's come in, things have picked up, and we've won 5 out of our last 7. We lost at Warrington on the weekend, but a good strong team that will be right up there, and they did a bit of a number on us really and stopped us playing. But thrilled with the turnaround, and we look now like a team that can go and hurt teams and play some good football. So things are on the up hopefully, and we can continue that. I mean, we can always improve. I don't think there's masses to be done. I think we could still get 1 or 2 in that would be good quality for us that can improve us. A lot will depend on keeping loan players. I've noticed quite a few teams this year have got some good loan players. Bamber Bridge come to us on Saturday. They've got some excellent attackers that are on loan. So need a bit of luck with keeping them. We're keeping Marcus for another month, which is good. So Marcus will be here another month, and hopefully we can be up there. I mean, ideally a top 10 finish would be great. But if we're in the top 10, obviously we've got ideas of trying to be in the top 5 or 6. So we'll push all we can for it, and I'll push the board if and when we need reinforcements, and hopefully we can have a real good go at it. And I'd say on our current form, hopefully we can be around there. I have to be honest, in the last month they've been excellent. They've come, with a lot of Warrington. We've been taking a few fans away, which is really good, and a few more turning up at home. And I get where they're at. It's been a club that's probably been on the decline, if you like, for a long time. They've not had much success on the pitch, so it's difficult to just say to people, come along and everything's going to change. You probably have to take a bit of a leap of faith in us really, and maybe come along, enjoy it, give it 10, 12 games, not 2 or 3 before you disappear, and try and support the team. It makes a huge difference to me and the lads, and it's been good of late, so hopefully that continues. I know some of that sort of rests on us to deliver performances and results, but the crowds of late have been really good, and the attendance could be bigger, and ideally it could be louder, but I do think we're getting there. And like I said, some of that rests with us and getting the results and playing the right way. But wouldn't it be great if we could get some good crowds in there and get on a bit of a run? Yeah. think it's just saturated with games to go to, and you know that's not on top of all your your pro clubs and other things people want to do on a weekend. I think we were all kind of hoping that on the back of COVID everyone would flood non-league a little bit, but life seems to be a bit back to normal and people are doing their own thing. But we all want more fans through the gate. I think Curzon are no different to us, but you've got to deliver on the pitch. It's a bit of a double-edged sword really. You've got to spend money to get the performances right, and then the fans come in, so we're trying to get that balance right really. But at the moment we're playing well, scoring goals and playing some good football, and we've noticed that the attendances are better, so I would just say to the fans, keep coming and stick with us, and we will lose the odd game, but try and stick with it over a longer period. Some of it's crazy, man, honestly. Some of the figures when you go into these clubs and talking to people at them and hearing what they're spending is sort of mind-blowing really. With one automatic place for grabs and one playoff, it's a hell of a risk, but listen, people can choose to do what they want with their money, I guess, as owners, but you do look at some clubs and you look at their attendances and you do wonder. I mean, South Shield's probably being full-time. It probably can justify a little bit getting I think they had 2,000 for Morpeth or 2.5, so it's a bit different for teams like them, but for the rest of us we're trying to get that balance of we want more fans in but we can't spend silly amounts, and I think it'd be stupid to spend what some are anyway, but we'll just keep going about our own business, doing what we can. Hopefully the fans get behind us, and long may this sort of good run continue really, and hopefully next month will be a good month for us.